salsa in your morning as we show you how to prepare for Cinco de Mayo. That gorgeous traditional dancing. Much more of this to come later on. Do you know how to salsa?
I do now. Look at that. Sure, I can do that. Not a problem.
Okay.
Well, I can do what the guys are doing. Find out what these people are dancing about.
We, in our lack of knowledge of the Latin culture, called it salsa. They are doing the flamenco.
Okay.
The flamenco. Either way.
Wonderful. Bright
it's a great looking
costumes
dance.
And some great moves.
And later on, you're going to have an exclusive look at our
Put me to shame, that's for
7-day forecast.
If you'd like. Would you like that? Would you like a
we
look
would.
at the exclusive 7-day outlook?
John joins us with a look at our weather. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Alexis. Good morning, everybody. We'll start off with our pinpoint 3 forecast for today. We're seeing a few clouds in the region, not all that much right now, but as a cold front moves through the state, it looks like we might pick up a few clouds and maybe a few sprinkles as well. So almost as nice as yesterday, but just a little bit shy of how beautiful it was yesterday. A high temperature heading up between 73 in our northern counties and near 80 down in the southern parts of the viewing area. So we'll average it out about 77. I think most everybody will get up into the mid to upper 70s today, despite the cold front. And again, we'll work in that slight chance for a few brief sprinkles, and that's about it. Tonight, mainly clear, and low temperature dropping down into the mid-40s. Tomorrow, 75, and partly sunny skies in the forecast for our Saturday. A nice day. 54 right now in Champaign, 53 in Springfield, and 52 degrees in Peoria. Chicago's at 53 degrees, and St. Louis right now at 57. There's the position of the cold front. Sorry, I was almost a sneeze again. Cold front, very weak, cutting into the Peoria and Bloomington area right now as we speak. That is the dividing line, not with the much colder air to the north of the front, but actually it's a dividing line with a wind shift. The winds are out of the northeast up in northern Illinois. They're still out of the southwest to the south of that front. So that's about the only change that we'll see. A little wind shift, maybe a few clouds. You can see those clouds right now. Moving through Missouri, and little precipitation in the Show Me State of Missouri right now, but not all that much. So here's our forecast for today, partly to mostly sunny, a very slight chance of a shower, a high temperature between 73 and 80, winds becoming northeast at about 10 miles per hour, so not quite as breezy as yesterday we're thinking right now. Tonight, mainly clear at a low of 43 to 48. Tomorrow, partly sunny, and a high, again, somewhere between 73 and the upper 70s for the most part. East winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Stick around. We'll have that 7-day outlook for you, which is showing well above average temperatures next week. Oh, there you can see. There's a little preview of it. We'll talk more about that coming up.
Okay. And if you're tired of walking or running, hopping on a bicycle can be a great way to get fit. Up next in Med Center 3, some steps to take before your first spin.
Chrysler minivans continue to receive more and more and more awards. Now it's time to reward you with the Chrysler and Jeep Rewards Program. For a limited time, you can get 0.9% APR financing or a $1,500 cash allowance on minivans. So reward yourself today. Drive home one of our award winners, and that's better than taking home a trophy. See your Chrysler dealer today.
It's spring, and everything's in bloom at Rob's Flower Factory in Gibson City. Take a walk through their display gardens, and you'll be dazzled by their beautiful flowers, plants, roses, trees, and shrubs. They're at their peak of freshness because Rob's grows their own. You'll enjoy their ponds filled with fish and aquatic plants. And ask about Rob's professional landscaping service. Rob's Flower Factory is easy to get to, right off Route 47, just south of Gibson City. And be sure to visit their second store at the Muhammad IGA.
You're watching 3 News This Morning with Gabriel Martin and John Valenziano.
Good morning, I'm Alexis Johnson, in for Gabriel Martin. While many people ride bicycles for fun, getting healthier is a nice fringe benefit. Janet Vassell goes over some biking basics.
I enjoy being outdoors and getting a good workout and having a good time.
Melanie Strong is a runner who borrowed but until this year never owned a bike. Now she's ready for more regular riding. Bill Strickland of Bicycling Magazine has some tips for beginners.
The first thing we're going to do is make sure your saddle height's right.
Adjust the saddle height so your knees are slightly bent at the bottom of the downstroke. A good fit will give you comfort and control. Fit your helmet so it's level across the top of your head.
If you're showing a lot of forehead, the helmet's going to slip and it might not protect you in a fall.
And if at first your wrists and hands hurt,
you're gripping the bar too tight, you can keep a secure grip but still keep your hands loose if you drum your fingers every 5 minutes or so.
Cycling is a relatively easy sport. There's no pounding or twisting. But a common beginner's mistake is doing too much too soon.
If you don't have much experience, try to limit yourself to 30 to 60 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week. If you've been riding a little bit, you can go out 30 to 90 minutes, 3 to 5 times a week.
To get the best workout, watch your pedal cadence. Most people go too slow. Ideally, you should pedal at 90 to 100 RPM. As a beginner, aim for 70 RPM. That's about 1 pedal stroke a second. But don't spend your whole ride counting.
Have fun on the bike. It's a toy as well as an exercise machine.
I've taken it out for a few rides already, some 20-mile rides, a little bit shorter, a little bit longer.
Using pedal power gives her another fun way to keep fit. This is Janet Bassel reporting.
Even beginners can put variety in their ride. Strickland suggests you attack some hills, stand up out of the saddle at times, sprint and move around on your bike. That'll help avoid soreness. And we're going to celebrate some Latino culture this morning. We're going to tell you a little bit about Cinco de Mayo and a celebration this weekend called Fiesta, because Cinco de Mayo falls in finals week. These students are going to put the emphasis on the celebrating a little bit early, so stay with us.
1999.
1999.
1999.
1999.
1999. 1999. 1999.
1999.
The new 1999 offer from Verizon Wireless really has people talking, and it's easy to see why. Because for just $19.99 monthly access, you get 1,000 weekend minutes and 75 anytime minutes each month for 2 full years. So get to your Verizon Wireless store now.
1999.
1999.
Verizon Wireless. Join in.
At Boral Bricks, we understand people's taste. Whatever your need, whatever color, whatever style, we have just what you want. Because at Boral Bricks, we've known all along that it's more than just a brick. It's the home of your dreams. Boral Bricks, a solid decision to build your dreams on.
See your local Boral Brick distributor, Prairie Central, at one of these 4 convenient locations.
The luxurious Lincoln Town Car with no charge maintenance for 3 years. Lease one for just $499 a month for 36 months with $4,049 cash due at signing. We'll even waive your security deposit. But hurry, this exceptional offer ends soon. See your local Lincoln dealer today.
Piles of junk, mountains of stuff. No wonder you're so stressed.
It just looks like it should be a dump.
It's horrible.
Please, I'm desperate.
This organizing pro is on a mission to set you free. Messy home makeovers.
It's so awesome.
I just love it. Then, surprise, Harpo. I'm inspecting my staff offices. You're cleaning your office. Does just walking through your front door make you tired? It's cleanup time. Next Oprah.
Friday at 4 on Central Illinois' News Leader.
Cinco de Mayo, the day many of us get our experience with Mexican culture, is a little over a week away, and Fiesta is this weekend. Tonight and tomorrow night, members of the Mexican Student Association will be putting on a fantastic performance. Joining us to talk a little bit more about this is Giovanni Roman. Good morning.
Morning.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, bien. ¿Y usted?
I speak a little Spanish, but I won't put our viewers through that this morning. So tell us about Fiesta.
Fiesta is an event sponsored by the Latinos on the U of I campus. It's basically the end of a kickoff of a whole month of celebration celebrating Latino heritage. It's an event that's going to go on this Friday and Saturday in Fullerton Auditorium on the U of I campus.
Now, I was talking to another member of your association there, and he says that because Cinco de Mayo falls on finals week, this is the thing that you put a lot of your emphasis into.
Actually, Cinco de Mayo is not exactly what we're doing per se in this event. This event is actually a compilation of various events that go throughout the month. Basically, this group is just a small portion of what is actually going on at Follinger. What's going on at Follinger Fiesta is various dance groups, not just this. This is just one particular dance group, flamenco, that's featured this morning.
Giovanni, how often do you practice?
Practice actually winds down a couple hours a day before the performances. Basically, it's long months ahead of planning and choreography by the choreographers, and in the end, we practice as much as we can.
Okay, we'll check back with you at 7:35 for more of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now John Valenziano is going to wrap things up with a look at our Fastcast.
Thank you, Alexis. High of 77, partly sunny to mostly sunny today. A slight chance for a few sprinkles. Keep your eye on the western parts of the viewing area. You might see a little bit of rain in Cass and Morgan County this morning, moving into western Illinois right now. 7-day outlook showing a big heat wave next week with highs in the 80s.
Introducing Panini's, Fazoli's new oven-baked sandwiches from $2.99. They bring out the Italian in everyone.
Panini.
Fazoli's, everyone's Italian.
Get a free eye exam at Bard Optical. Have a professional eye exam, and we'll deduct the fee from your eyewear purchase.
Call today to hear more about our anniversary offers.
This Saturday at Roger Huddleston Homes in Mahomet, we're having our annual spring open house. 2-story Victorian in Cape Cod and lots to eat. Come on out and see us this Saturday at Roger Huddleston Homes.
Stay right where you are. At 8:15, we have the newest Survivor Outback Outcast. That's coming up on The Early Show.
When you or someone you love is hospitalized, safety matters most. That's why doctors and hospitals choose Tylenol more than any other pain reliever. Tylenol. Take comfort in our strength.
Kids today are too soft. Mom cleaned our cuts with soap and water.
Now Band-Aid brand introduces hurt-free antiseptic wash with lidocaine to relieve the pain.
Where's this one at?
New Band-Aid brand hurt-free antiseptic wash.
Oh, a new patient. How you doing? I get a lot of new patients with fleas or ticks. Poor baby. Even though their owners thought they protected them. Because only one product protects cats and dogs against fleas and ticks. New Frontline Plus. It's the best. Now it provides complete flea protection. And it's the only one that also kills ticks, including the ones that carry Lyme disease. Oh, that's cute.
New Frontline Plus. For fleas and ticks, Frontline is the veterinarian's #1 choice.
Oh, hello.
When it comes to allergies, I'm a pollen dust cat, but I found out that my allergy medicine was only for the pollen. So it's not my allergy medicine anymore.
Not all allergy medicines are approved for indoor and outdoor allergies. Among leading prescription antihistamines, only Zyrtec is FDA approved to treat indoor and outdoor allergies. In studies, drowsiness was the most common side effect. Others included fatigue and dry mouth. Most were mild or moderate. Ask your doctor about Zyrtec. Zyrtec. That's Zyrtec. Lots of allergies, just one Zyrtec.
It's 18 minutes past the hour. Let's swing it on over to the news desk. And Julie Chen. Julie, good morning.
Good morning, Brian and Jane. Good morning, everyone. A Florida appeals court has reversed a decision to remove a longtime coma patient from life support. Michelle Jordan of WTSP-TV is in St. Petersburg with more on the story. Good morning to you, Michelle.
Good morning, Julie. It was an emotional court hearing, a legal battle between family members with the life of a 37-year-old coma victim hanging in the balance. Terry Shivo has been in a coma for 11 years, kept alive by a feeding tube. 3 days ago, her husband, Michael, with court permission, had the tube removed. Shivo's parents sued to have it replaced based on an allegation by her husband's former girlfriend that he lied about his wife's wishes.
This woman came forward when she had a stomach full of listening to him on TV and listening to her former boyfriend talk about Terry Shivo when she knew that what he was telling was absolute lie.
Shivo's parents allege their son-in-law wants her dead so he can inherit a $700,000 trust fund. He denies the charge. Michael Shivo's attorney says he is outraged and hurt by the court order. An appeal is already in the works. Julie?
All right, thanks a lot, Michelle. The U.S. Navy plans to resume bombing exercises today on the Puerto Rican island of Vieques. On Thursday, a federal judge refused to block the live bombing drills. Protesters claim the exercises harm people's health and creates noise pollution. Scientists using stem cells from embryos say they're making important new progress on treatments for diabetes and Parkinson's disease. Their experiments are limited to lab mice. The government has banned federal funding of stem cell research using human embryos. On Capitol Hill, a bill making it a crime to harm a fetus during an assault is headed for the Senate. The House passed it by a wide margin Thursday. Abortion rights forces call the bill an anti-abortion measure in disguise. The Senate rejected it last year. IBM is developing a new computer server that could make repairmen obsolete. It's called Project ELIZA and involves a server that can detect its own problems and fix them. Well, it's time for this morning's Market Watch with Susan McGinnis. Good morning, Susan.
Hi, good morning, Julie. Well, Corning is one to watch today. The fiber optics firm is firing 1,000 people on top of the 3,300 already fired. On Wall Street, a mixed close for stocks. The blue chips ending the session higher. The Nasdaq going the other direction. That index suffering some losses. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq has announced plans to go public as soon as next year, but the timing of an IPO hinges on market conditions, among other things. Some individual stocks. Shares of Starbucks are down after a less than robust report. It also announced a 2-for-1 stock split. Well, while we're drinking less coffee, we may be reading more books. BarnesandNoble.com said that sales climbed 23% last quarter. Reports say small tobacco firm Star Tobacco is test marketing nicotine lozenges made from powdered tobacco mixed with eucalyptus and mint flavorings for smokers to have in places where they can't light up. And finally, mortgage rates have edged down a bit. The average 30-year fixed loan is now at 7.12%. A year ago, it was at 8.13%. For more, head to our website. We're at cbs.marketwatch.com, Julie.
Okay, great. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Thanks, Susan. And that is the news this morning. Now back over to Brian and Jane.
This ELIZA detects computer problems and fixes them?
On its own.
What happens when your ELIZA's broken?
Oh, then I guess you got to call the repairman.
Which they got rid of because of ELIZA.
Then you're in trouble.
Yeah, you got that right. Don't like it. Up next, our Survivor Roundtable looks at last night's episode. At 8:15, we'll talk with Elizabeth. Stay with us. We're back after this. CBS Market Watch, sponsored by Visa Check Card. Accepted everywhere Visa is, so you can get what you need and get on with your life.
You sure about this?
I want everyone to know who I love. How much is this again?
50.
50. 50. All I got is 41. Come on. I'll get it fixed, Donna. Very funny.
Next time, use the Visa Check Card instead of cash or checks. It'll get you in, out, and on with life.
Honey, I'm done working out.
Ooh, 5 minutes. You've beaten your own record.
What smells so good?
2 clues. It doesn't have extra cheese and a crust, and it's good for you.
No idea.
Lean Cuisine Skillet Sensations for great tasting complete meals for two, like tender garlic chicken with rice and crisp vegetables. If you want someone to eat better.
Hey, what's the screen thing?
Give them something that tastes better.
It's a vegetable.
Oh, good.
Lean Cuisine Skillet Sensations. It's not just lean, it's cuisine.
Right now at LensCrafters, you can find prescription sunglasses for only $99.
All our sunglasses filter out the sun's harsh glare to help you see your best. There's nothing wrong with looking your best, too. Hurry, event ends soon.
Grandmom couldn't come with us.
Chronic bronchitis or emphysema associated with COPD can keep you from doing simple things.
Sometimes she can't breathe right.
But taking Ceravent helps me take fuller breaths.
Nothing can reverse COPD, but taking Ceravent twice a day can help improve your lung function around the clock. Ceravent should not replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms or be taken more than twice a day. Some people may experience increased blood pressure, heart rate, or changes in heart rhythm. Ceravent is prescription medicine and may not be right for everyone. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure, or take MAOIs or tricyclic antidepressants. Ask your doctor if Ceravent is right for you and start taking fuller breaths.
Oh, a new patient. How you doing? I get a lot of new patients with fleas or ticks. Poor baby. Even though their owners thought they protected them. Because only one product protects cats and dogs against fleas and ticks. New Frontline Plus. It's the best. Now it provides complete flea protection. And it's the only one that also kills ticks, including the ones that carry Lyme disease. That's cute.
New Frontline Plus. For fleas and ticks, Frontline is the veterinarian's #1 choice.
Oh, hello.
Now, 3 News This Morning continues with Gabriel Martin and John Valenziano.
TGIF. Thank goodness it is Friday. Let's take a look at our Fastcast for today. A great way to wrap up the work week. Head into the last weekend of April. 56 right now. A little bit later this morning, we'll be up into the mid to upper 60s. We'll top out today, it looks like, for the most part, in the middle to upper 70s. We'll call it right around 77 degrees. A few more clouds dotting the sky today, along with the outside chance for a few sprinkles, but I think most everybody should remain dry. We'll see a wind shift thanks to a cold front that is marching through. It's a very weak cold front, so minimal effects from that front. We'll talk about big heat wave or warm-up that's on the way for the second half of the weekend. That's coming up in the 7-day outlook. Now, over to Alexis Johnson, who's filling in for Gabriel Martin. Alexis?
Good morning. Now let's turn to our top stories this morning. Some parents say the Champaign School District is not living up to promises it made to treat students equally. An agreement was reached 4 years ago between the district and some African-American students to guarantee equality in the classroom. Some parents are forming new committees to watch over the district and push for more of those changes. 2 straight days of testing has some area students saying enough's enough. This was the first time students had to take the ACT and the new Prairie State Achievement exams at school. Some say that made for too much testing at one time, but schools say they trained the kids all year to be ready for this. And leaving your kids alone in the car for more than 10 minutes could soon be a crime. The State Senate passed the bill yesterday. It now goes to the House. A 13-year-old Springfield boy could go to jail for animal cruelty. Police say the teen provoked a fight between these 2 pit bulls. This is the second time the boy was charged. Last month, he was charged with feeding a puppy to a pit bull. The boy recently spent time in a juvenile detention center for that crime. The state's attorney is evaluating the case, and police say the boy will probably face many charges. Oil companies and gas stations are both taking the blame for high gas prices, but in part 1 of our special Eye on Central Illinois report, 3 News reporter Amy Lester goes to the experts to find out what's really behind it.
Every time you go to the pump, it seems the price is higher than before. But how do gas stations determine their prices? At Meijer in Champaign, they say it's simple.
It's determined by our headquarters, which is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And we do a competition check with all the other gas stations. And then we determine our price from those prices that they give us.
Meijer is not alone. Many gas stations admit to doing price checks. The idea is to beat the competition. But why do we see prices going up instead of down?
What's happening is our prices for the raw material that's coming in here has gone up as well. And that is monitored daily just as well as the price changes are done. And naturally it's reflected to what the consumer pays at the pump.
Large oil companies say several factors contribute to the price we pay. Crude oil is 3 times more expensive now than 3 years ago. The tax on gasoline in Illinois is one of the highest in the country. The Clean Air Act requires oil refineries to make 12 different types of gas in the summer for communities from Chicago to St. Louis. Storage tanks have to be drained to make room for each type of fuel.
It's a good act. It brings us cleaner fuels, but with that will come both supply and price uncertainties.
But consumers we talk to say something else must be going on. They think there's price fixing or conspiracy. They don't understand why they fill up one day and have to pay 10 cents more per gallon the next.
Well, I'm saying if you watched it over a time period...
An oil company spokesman says the fluctuation is caused by new competitors like Meyer getting into the business.
It adds a lot of volatility to the overall pricing situation. You tend to see more wild ups and downs when you have some folks that consistently sell below.
But stores like Meyer, who offer cheaper gas, don't think they're to blame.
As far as us trying to run people out of business, so as far as lowering our prices, that's not part of our marketing strategy. As far as being competitive and wanting people to shop here, absolutely. And that's why we run a cheaper price.
While the oil companies and retailers point fingers at each other and consumers blame big oil for a conspiracy, an investigation by the Illinois Attorney General last year found no collusion or price fixing. They say they'll investigate again if they're asked to. Amy Lester, 3 News.
And tonight at 10, we'll show you why people don't agree with those reasons and what they're doing to save money. The end is here for Danville's bomb building. Destruction began yesterday on the nearly 100-year-old building. It's been empty for more than 5 years and is falling apart. Danville's Temple building is also coming down. The destruction and revitalization will cost the city about $1 million. And joining us now to talk about the weather is John Valenciano.
So they're not going to blow that building up? No implosion with that bomb building?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Just the wrecking ball, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Alexis, I was checking out some statistics this morning. We are so far below average as far as rainfall is concerned, and it looks like we're going to get into a very, very dry weather pattern and very warm weather pattern. So we are getting into a situation where we could really use the rainfall. Over the last couple of months, this month we're about 2.5 inches below average. We're about ready to wrap up the month of April. March we were about 2.5 inches below average. So we're talking about a deficit of about 5 inches of rainfall in a pretty crucial time when we're about ready to get into the growing season. Here are the statistics right now. 54 degrees the temperature. Average low is 45. The average high is 67. Winds are southwest at 5 miles per hour. Relative humidity standing right now at 74%. Our barometer is on the rise. Heading on to the Hicks Gas Champagne Skycam. We've got an abundance of sunshine across the area right now, or most of the area, I should say. Sunny skies being reported in Champaign, Mattoon, Decatur, partly cloudy skies in our state capital. Let's check out that Fastcast for today. We do have a possibility of a few sprinkles today as a very weak cold front moves through, but I think most everybody should remain dry. Our Pinpoint 3 forecast zeroing in on 7 different locations, and you see mostly upper 70s, mid to upper 70s, right through the heart of the viewing area. 77, 78, 79 degrees, respectively, for Champaign, Decatur, and Springfield, maybe even topping out close to 80 for our far southern counties, a little bit cooler in the lower 70s for the northern parts of the viewing area. Tonight, low 45 with mainly clear skies, and tomorrow partly sunny and a high temperature right around 75. Currently, middle 50s. Yesterday morning at this time, we were in the upper 30s or lower 40s, so much warmer air thanks to a southwest wind flow. 53 right now in Springfield, 54 in Champaign and Danville, as well as Decatur, 57 in Mattoon, Charleston, also 57 in Bloomington, normal. Now, we are seeing a few clouds develop as this weak little cold front is slicing through the state right now. It's configured right now around the Bloomington, normal area, I would say. And those clouds mainly prevalent in Missouri and western parts of Illinois. There you can see a little bit of rainfall in northern Missouri. Some of that might migrate across the Mississippi and clip some of our western counties this morning. I think overall it's going to be a rain-free day for us with the passage of this front. There's the position of it. Winds are northeast to the north of the front, and they're out of the southwest ahead of the front. So as the front moves to the southern Illinois by late this morning, early this afternoon, we will see a wind shift, and that'll be the most significant change, I think, with our weather today. Winds will become northeast. Tomorrow, notice this warm front here. This will set up the much warmer air for next week. As this warm front then moves back to the north, it looks like we'll get back up into the 80s for much of next week. Very unseasonably mild. Here's our forecast for today. Partly to mostly sunny, a slight chance of a shower, a high of 73 to 80, winds becoming northeast at 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mainly clear, and a low of 43 to 48 degrees. That front will stall out south of us tomorrow, and then by tomorrow late afternoon, late evening, it looks like it'll start to move back to the north as a warm front. Partly sunny skies tomorrow with a high of 73 to 78, a 10 to 15 mile per hour wind. Still a bit of a question if that front, that warm front tomorrow will trigger any rain for us, but as of right now, we're going to keep it dry. And then 80 Sunday, lower to middle 80s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Sounds great. And the weather could be enough to get some of you dancing. But that's not why these folks down here are dancing. They're students at the University of Illinois, and their toes are tapping for a very special reason. Coming up next, we've got some flamenco dancing.
Who makes the best minivan? Dodge Caravan uses infrared sensors that read the temperature around the driver, front passenger, and back passengers, and give each zone its own control. It's the only minivan that offers automatic 3-zone climate control. Dodge Grand Caravan, the best minivan ever. See, compare, drive. Grand Caravan, now with low 0.9 financing.
Hey, let's show more road. We're gonna get some Asiago cheese.
Scusi?
All right then, next stop, Scusi. Chop chop, fasto.
Subway introduces 2 new fresh-baked gourmet breads. Delicious Asiago cheese with real Asiago cheese baked on top, and tasty country wheat with rolled oats, poppy seeds, and more. 2 new gourmet breads at Subway.
Stroke, 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 stroke.
Subway. Eat fresh.
You hear so much about spinal surgery today. Fusions, laminectomies, hospitalizations for weeks or months. They're all the result of back trouble. Now, if you're bothered by back problems, see if there isn't another answer, a non-surgical answer from Dr. Mark Ponica. If you have backaches, the type that makes it difficult for you to get a good sleep at night or to be active in the way you wish to be, I urge you to call on Dr. Mark Ponica at the Ponica Chiropractic Clinic of Urbana.
Ergonomics, aesthetics, function, style. The things that make your company work to its full potential. Quality and durability. Space efficiency and storage. Expandability and versatility. And most of all, comfort. All steel, all steel, all steel. That's the word.
Good morning, everybody. It's 7:37 on a Friday. It's a Fiesta Friday, at least here on 3 News this morning, at the Latino Cultural Center in Urbana this morning.
That's where members of the Mexican Student Association are preparing for a very special flamenco dance tonight and tomorrow night at Follinger Auditorium. They're joining us now to talk about this dance. Good morning. I believe this is Luis Alfredo.
That's right. Good morning.
Good morning, Luis.
Good morning.
Tell us about some of the history of flamenco dancing.
Okay, flamenco dancing originated in Spain, in Andalusia in the 15th century, and then it was brought to the Americas, to Latin America, by the Spanish gypsies. There's going to be one of the dances that Fiesta will have tonight. Some of the other dances will include salsa, cumbia, tango, and rancheras.
Now, is this the first time that you've performed like this, or do you do this every year?
Fiesta happens every year. This is the first year that we will be performing in it. But Fiesta has been going on every single year here for the last 9 years on campus.
Luis, they're all students at the University of Illinois?
Yes, we're all students at the University of Illinois. We're happy to promote the Latino culture here on campus, and one of the main events that we do for the Latino culture is to do Fiesta at Fall in the Auditorium, and this is open to everybody. I want to emphasize that even though it's made by Latino students, it's open to everybody in the community to come and watch some of the most important and beautiful Latin American dances, as well as songs and poetry.
Now, if someone goes and they're not very experienced or knowledgeable on the Latino culture, what's the one thing you hope they walk away with?
They walk away. I hope that they walk away with the knowledge that there's many different cultures within Latin America itself. You know, it spreads from Mexico to Chile and Argentina, and that's why we have this big variety of dances and songs.
Now,
yes.
There's a girl behind you doing some moves. Are they practicing more flamenco?
Yeah, they're practicing more flamenco. My friend Giovanni will talk to you about how flamenco fits into the fiesta.
Okay.
Hi, Alexis and John.
Good morning.
Morning. As Luis was saying, flamenco is just one of the dances, and what we're going to show you here briefly is one of the key elements of flamenco, which is the footwork and the posture. I'm sure you.
Footwork. Okay.
Correct. So we're going to just let the dancers take over.
All right.
That sounds good.
Thank you.
Music.
E.
E.
So that was just an example of what you're expected to see at Fuller Auditorium. So again, we welcome everyone to come on down, and the dancers from flamenco welcomed you.
There's no one sleeping below them, I hope.
No, I hope not. Well, they're not sleeping anymore.
They're not sleeping anymore, that's right. Waking up the neighborhood. Well, what a great way to wake up the neighborhood. That sounds great. And we wish you the best of luck tonight and Saturday night, is that correct?
That's correct, Saturday night as well.
Un momento. Gracias para bailando por nosotros esta mañana.
You're very welcome.
Very good, Alexis. All righty. Thank you again.
Adios.
Thanks to all the students that came out and helped us out this morning with that live report.
Thank you.
Coming up, we have consumer news and a quick look at weather. It's 20 minutes before 8 o'clock. Stay tuned.
¡Costa
Primero, que las personas que tienen teléfonos celulares los apaguen y no se permite la bebida ni la comida en este lugar. Otra cosa, cuando yo les esté introduciendo o presentando los actos, los aplausos es lo que motiva a todas las personas que han participado en este evento. Entonces, se los agradecemos. Una cosa también les gustaría decir, que todos nosotros estamos contentos de estar aquí con ustedes. Es un placer y un honor estar enfrente de este tan bonito público. Un aplauso para ustedes.
Nosotros vamos a survivir. Yo le tiro bichazos a este, él no llega, yo esperando aquí como una loca, esperando siempre. Y no llega el esposo mío que no le importa estar en la sala con una chilla, pero está bien. Vamos a cantar esto también cuando llegue. Esto no es nada. Toda la vida voy a ser así, pero voy a seguir. Porque I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna be strong.
¿Cómo quisiera que fuera cierto que me dejara la vieja? No se la pasa gastando los $5 a la hora que gano, barriendo aquí en Lincoln Hall. Aquí para estudiantes que sus papás nomás todas las fines de semana se la pasan jugando fútbol. Guasamara, Estados Unidos. Yeah. Estamos Unidos, es lo que estamos. Aquí estos estudiantes así muy popis con sus abre popis y con sus petibaber. Y muy rico, siempre con los pantalones a media larga, parece que anda cagado el güey. Y es la música que escucha, música de puros morenos. Los muchachos hoy no saben que esa música buena como antes, como la de Pedro Infante, y Lola Beltrán, y la de Vicente Fernández.
Algunos años y el mundo había cambiado. Nunca seríamos igual. Missile crisis, decían los newspapers. The distress of the U.S., Fidel Castro, Che Guevara. Yet in the meantime, we had music. La música nos dejaba con algo. We needed to keep our spirits up with something. The revolution brought us equality. I remember how much I used to love to sing. Azúcar! Las congas bring the warmth of the sun to my soul. Now, they got us on the cover of Time magazine. An explosion? Ha! We've been here for years. Yet it seems like they've forgotten. Santana played at Woodstock. Yet now they notice. Recién ahora se fija. Pero siempre hemos estado aquí. notas. Less than 10 years ago, however, the voices of Latinos on the radio were even more obscure than they are today. In the early days of Latino music in the United States, artists slowly began to cross over toward mainstream music, but they were as
passion for justice that Hugh does in his work for the Latino and Latina community here in Champaign-Urbana. Unfortunately, we don't live in the most progressive of cities when it comes to treating others as they ought to be treated. Many of you I know probably have suffered because of that. But we will continue to try to bring a more just and peaceful society here. And I ask you to go wherever you're called to go, to bring a more just and peaceful society where you will be. If we do that all together, it's possible that all of us will be able to flourish as human persons, no matter what our origin, no matter what our language, no matter what our color of our skin is, and no matter our social or economic background, our sex, or any other thing, we'll be able to be treated like the human beings we are. For those who aren't treated that way today in our town, in our community, we dedicate ourselves at the Newman Center and throughout this diocese to help bring a more just society for all those who are here, especially those who are suffering because of the persecution that we exist and the unjust immigration laws that exist in our nation. We'll continue to serve no matter what someone's legal status is, all the people that God has placed here for us. Thank you. porque no son equipaje un cúmulo de amargos desconsuelos. Brindo, dijo otra voz, por la esperanza que la vida nos lanza de vencer los rigores del destino. Por la esperanza, nuestra dulce amiga, que las penas mitiga y convierte el deber en nuestro camino. Bravo, dijeron todos, esta noche has estado y hablaste bueno, breve y sustancioso. El turno es de Raúl. Alce su copa, compañero, y brinde por España, ya que su extranjerismo es delicioso. Brindo por el ayer en que la amargura que hoy cubre de negrura mi corazón esparce sus consuelos, trayendo hasta mi mente las dulzuras de goces, de ternuras, de dichas, de delicios, de desvelos. Yo brindo, dijo Juan, porque en mi mente brote un torrente de inspiración divina y seductora, porque vibren las cuatro cuerdas de mi lira el...